Hi, I'm here for another Feldenkrais video, and we are going to feel really good today as we move. So begin by lying on the ground. If you can, rest on your back. You'll be doing these movements on your back, but if you're confused about how to do them, just feel free to look at me and I will be demoing them. For now, notice how much of your contact is inside of you, in your awareness of your breath, body functions, your heartbeat, your sensations, your thoughts, and how much attention is outside of you and what you can hear. Obviously, you're listening to me, so there's attention there. But what else do you notice? And if you had to make a percentage of I'm this much outside and this much inside, what would that look like? How would that be represented? Wonderful. In this position on your back, go ahead. If you'd like, you can bring your legs into standing, which just means knees standing and feet flat on the floor. Take your right hand to the left side of your chest. If you're looking at me, I don't know if you'll see it correctly, but your right hand to the left side of the chest. And from there, you're going to take hold of your right elbow with your left hand. So again, my right hand is on my left side of the chest, right near my heart, near my collarbone. The palm is flat, and I have my elbow on the right with my left hand. I'm going to take my elbow and just move it a little bit in one direction and in the other. So I'm doing this in seated. You are also welcome to do this in seated, but you can try it on the back to get a little more feedback, a little more information. Feel how when you move the elbow in the direction of the left, that the contact of your palm on your chest changes. And when you're ready, pause that for a moment and let that go. And just rest and notice your contact. And we're going to try the same thing with the other side. When you feel ready, we're placing the left hand now on the right side of the chest, taking hold of the left elbow with the right hand and cupping it gently, just like you would a baby. Very gently, taking yourself with care to one side and the other, and feeling the shift in contact underneath of your hand that's touching your body. How does it change contact? Is there more pressure in one direction or more of a different kind of sensation? Pause that and let that go and rest. As you rest, notice your breathing, your contact, and any changes that you notice in your body. If you feel more alive to something, more space, or more ease. And when you feel ready, place your right hand once again on the left side of your chest. Take hold of your right elbow with your left hand and gently start to make a movement of lifting it toward the ceiling. If you're on your back, it's toward the ceiling. And back. And just notice how the contact of that hand changes now. If you have your full palm on your chest, what is happening when you lift the elbow? And your collarbones and that side of your chest, what do you sense? And how are you breathing? Just lifting the elbow to shoulder height and back down. Feeling the wrist bends with the hand that's touching the chest. And the contact shifts. Pause for a moment when the elbow's down. You can stay in this position. Come back, take the elbow a little bit left and right. And notice how that is now. And then come to pause for a moment so your arms can rest and you take a moment to integrate. Any lingering sensations in your hands, arms, chest, or anywhere in your body. We're going to go back to that same side. Unless you prefer to do the other, you can always choose. And we have our right hand on the left side of the chest, taking hold of the right elbow with the left hand, raising the right elbow up to shoulder height, just like we did before. Now from here, Begin to take it left and right. Keep the contact of the hand flat on your chest and just notice what you sense and feel with that hand. What's happening in the collarbone area. Notice if your head and eyes are turning. And then when you come back to center, bring it back down and take it right and left and see how that feels now. Pause for just a moment. And once more, we're going to come back with right hand on the left side of the chest, left hand on the right elbow. Come back to lifting the elbow to shoulder height. From here, begin to make a circle with the elbow. We've gone in most directions already, so maybe start with what we've already done, going left or right, and then down, around, and up. Feel how the hand changes contact as you make this circle with the elbow. And when you're ready, reverse the circle. Feel the movement in your chest, spine, and body. This is really moving a lot, even if you're on the floor. And you're probably sensing a lot in that hand that's on your chest. Now continue to do this movement. See if you can follow it with your left eye. I know this is a challenge. It might be impossible, but see if your left eye can start to follow the movement, and your right eye may do it too. The movement of the elbow might get extremely small. And you just notice, can your left eye follow? And then switch directions and try your right eye, following the movement. As you breathe, don't forget to breathe. Now let go of the eyes and just circle the elbow once, and then bring it back down. Take the elbow left and right once again. See how that is. Bring everything down and pause to rest. Fully resting your body, and for a moment, notice the difference between your two sides. We're going to do the other side in a moment, but there might be some differences on one side of the body and the other. And what happens when we pause to integrate is that they talk to each other, organize optimal information, and synchronize a little bit. So allow your breath to be easy. Rest longer if you need, when you feel ready. We're going to take the now left hand to the right side of the chest and take hold of the left elbow. Slowly bringing the elbow, first just bring it back to right and left before we go up. And just noticing how that is. Compared to the other side, it might not be a big movement right now, but we're going to improve that. So when you come back to center, begin taking the elbow up to shoulder height and back down, and just feel under your hand what's happening in your chest, in your collarbones. This is easier to do with the feedback of the floor. And once you have the elbow towards the ceiling or at shoulder height, you're going to take it right and left a couple of times. Now we have the elbow higher and we're going right and left. Feel that everything turns. It might not be a big movement, but you notice what you notice. Once, try taking head and eyes opposite. Keep breathing. As you breathe, as you take the head opposite of the arm and chest, come back and take the head and eyes with the movement and see how it's changed. Come back to the middle, slowly lower. Once or twice, just do the basic movement of right and left with the elbow and see what you feel. Pause for a moment. You might be starting to feel a lot of a difference in your body. You might feel more spacious, more clear. And often with these lessons, what we notice are colors are brighter, things are more interesting in life. And why does that happen? There's something that we're doing about entrainment, operating so naturally from our instinct, from our optimal functioning, from our dignity, that we are literally shifting how we see the world and our perception through these movements. Big stuff. So when you're ready, left hand to the right side of the chest, taking hold of the left elbow. When you're ready, we will slowly lift that left elbow. From here, again, just take it right and left a couple of times to remind yourself of that movement. And when you come back to center, begin to circle. So you can start in any direction and start to circle the elbow around, keeping that hand flat that's touching the chest. And now take your head and eyes with the movement. Switch directions. And now take your head and eyes opposite of the movement. So once you get to a place where you can figure it out, and you might not figure it out, that's okay. I'm trying to figure it out now. And so it's something like the opposite movement in the head and eyes. And maybe you get it, maybe you don't. It's not really to figure out. So many of the things that I teach are just for the brain to get an idea of what's possible. That means that later, without knowing it, you'll be able to do this because we're planting a seed big enough. So don't worry if you can't do it now. It will come. And when you're ready, we're going to let go of the circling, bring the elbow back down, take it left and right, and feel that movement and how that feels in your body now. And then come to rest. Rest and feel all of you. All of the improvement, all of the difference. Feel your chest, your collarbones aligned, expansing your chest and in your breath. Notice anything else you notice. And then if you'd like, come to standing or seated and just do a movement of turning. And you can take your time to come to standing or seated. When you arrive, just turn. And notice how easy it is to turn now with your chest, with your body, with all of you as a whole being. Feel how open and expansive your chest is. Thank you so much for joining me. The two sides we did were a little different, and that's so the brain has different information. If you need symmetry on both sides, rewatch the video and go back and do the opposite thing for each side so you can have them exactly the same if that's what you prefer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe for more videos.